Welcome to the third video in our Cabot Tech Bytes iOS series. Today we're going to talk about turning on and off VoiceOver. So in our previous video we talked about what VoiceOver was. It is the reader. It is the accessibility feature on all Apple products for blind visually impaired folks to read what is on the screen. There's several ways that you can activate or deactivate VoiceOver. If you have a brand new device and it's not an iPhone 10 or higher, out of the box, brand spanking new, you hit that home button 3 times quickly, that round button at the bottom. 3 times quickly, VoiceOver will pop on, it'll start talking, and then you can navigate through your setup screen and do that all non-visually. That also works if you've reset your phone to factory defaults as if it came right out of the box. If you have an iPhone 10 and it's brand new, you would hit that side button, the one they use to lock the screen. It's on the right-hand side if the screen's facing you. You hit that 3 times quickly, you bring up VoiceOver, it starts talking, and you can navigate your setup screen non-visually. Well, you might be thinking, I missed out on that, and someone else already did that part for me, so how can I get to VoiceOver now? Well, in our last video, we talked about using Siri. And if you remember in the notes on that video, I mentioned you need to have Wi-Fi or really good cell signal to use Siri effectively. If you have those things in place, you can use Siri and just tell Siri to turn on VoiceOver. I'll show you how to do that now. Hey Siri, turn on VoiceOver.
VoiceOver is already on.
Well, there you go. I already had it on, so let's turn it off. Hey Siri, turn off VoiceOver.
Okay, I turned off VoiceOver.
No, VoiceOver's turned off. I did that by just invoking her with the phrase that we learned last video. We'll use the button this time. Turn on VoiceOver.
Okay, I turned on VoiceOver.
There we go. Now, the reason you didn't hear the tone was because I have my phone muted. My sounds on my phone are muted. So if you're not hearing the tone for Siri when you're pressing the button, it's because probably that your mute switch is turned on, which is located right above your volume up button on your device. Another way to do it is a longer way to do it. A way to do it that's going to take some vision to get it done. So I'm going to give you a step-by-step where to go and how to do it. I'm going to pause in between just so you can kind of get the hang of what the steps are going to be. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Settings. Once in Settings, you're going to tap on General. From General, you're going to go to Accessibility. Once in Accessibility, you'll find the Vision heading, and you'll find VoiceOver. Tap the VoiceOver icon. It'll give you a little alert that says VoiceOver will change the way you use your device. The gestures will change the way you use your device. And you'll have to tap twice with one finger on the OK button. So you'll have to take your finger and go tap, tap, rather quickly. One finger, tap it twice on that OK button. Touch it first so that it speaks it. Tap twice, and that will activate the OK button, and VoiceOver will now be turned on. While still in Settings, you can also activate what's called the Accessibility Shortcut. So if you're using any kind of accessibility features like VoiceOver or Zoom for magnification, things like that, you'll go to Settings, General, Accessibility. And towards the bottom, you'll find Accessibility Shortcut. Once you tap on Accessibility Shortcut, you'll have a list of things like Zoom, color contrast. At the bottom, or close to the bottom, you'll find VoiceOver. Tap on VoiceOver or double tap it if you have VoiceOver enabled, and that will set your accessibility shortcut. What does that mean? That means I can click the home button 3 times quickly, or on iPhone 10s or higher, the side button 3 times quickly, and that'll turn on or off VoiceOver. I'll show you now. 1, 2, 3.
VoiceOver off.
1, 2, 3.
VoiceOver off.
1, 2, 3.
Turn on VoiceOver button.
And now VoiceOver is on.
Messages.
Again, I think because my phone's muted that we're having difficulty, so here we go again. 1, 2, 3.
VoiceOver off.
1, 2, 3.
VoiceOver on.
There we go.
Messages.
That's how that works. Just as simple as hitting that button 3 times quickly. Great if you're using VoiceOver as a blind individual and someone else needs to look at your phone and try and help with something. You can just hit that home button 3 times quickly to turn it off or turn it back on. But it has to be set under accessibility shortcut. Thanks for watching this video on how to turn on and off VoiceOver. Feel free to check out all our videos at hashtag Cabot Tech Bytes. That's hashtag CABATTECHBYTES on Facebook. Stay tuned for our next video where we'll dive into how do I navigate that touchscreen non-visually.